Hey, how's it going guys? Zach here, and in today's video I wanted to share with you how I did the effects from my latest short film, Doppelganger. Now Doppelganger is about this guy who wakes up in this strange town and ends up encountering a clone of himself, and in today's video I just wanted to break down how we did that and how we were able to get the actor in two places at the same time in the same frame. So the first thing you're going to want to do is use a tripod. You're going to want to make sure that this shot is completely locked down so it's not moving in any way. I would also recommend that you switch to manual controls, manual focus, manual white balance, and go ahead and turn image stabilization off if it isn't already. You don't want any aspect of your image to move or change while you're performing this effect. So after you do that, you're gonna have your actor act out the first part of the scene, and you're gonna wanna hold that for as long as necessary. I had my actor hold the shot for about 5 to 10 seconds before having him move on and act out his part as the clone. Now, one thing you're gonna wanna make sure of when you're doing this is you don't want your actor to overlap with the clone. You wanna make sure that there's space in between them, that they're not overlapping at any point, and you're gonna wanna do this to make it easier on yourself while you're editing it. So what you're gonna do is you wanna go into Premiere and drop in your clip. So I'm gonna take this one right here. And as you can see, I'm gonna play it back. I have my actor Josh acting out the first part of the scene on the right side, and then if I scrub forward, he's on the left side acting out that part of the scene. So I had him hold the shot, so starting here, I'm gonna trim it. And basically we're gonna take this part where he's acting out this side, and we're going to cut it together with the shot of him acting out the other part of the scene. So I'm gonna trim this up here. I'm gonna go ahead and take the shot and overlay it. And so now, as you can see, you only see him acting out the second part of the scene. So what we're gonna do to make both of these shots visible at the same time so that we can see him acting out the first part of the scene and the second part of the scene at the same time, we're gonna go into Effect Controls, make sure that the top clip is selected, and we're gonna click the pen tool on the opacity effect, and we're just going to draw the mask in here. Don't let your screen recorder get in the way. That's a good bit of advice. But we're gonna go ahead and close this off. Just make sure that it completely covers him acting out the first part of the shot. Just go ahead and invert the mask, and now if we reposition this, both Josh and the clone of himself are on screen at the same time. And that's really all there is to it. It's just a matter of creating a mask and cutting it together. So let me show you another cloning shot that we did. This one is a little bit more complicated because the mask actually needs to move. Otherwise, you'll have something like this where you have your actor running from the mask. As you can see, they come from behind it, and that is not what we're going for at all. So in a situation like this, you're actually gonna want to take your mask, move it to here, and turn on the keyframes for the mask path. And so you're going to scrub along to the last clip, and you are going to move it so that it moves with the clone. So what we can do is we can also change the size of the mask, and we can make it grow larger as the shot progresses. So that way we don't want his jacket to disappear in the middle of the shot. So we're just gonna make the size of the mask larger. And there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and trim this shot as well. So now we have this. Not bad. So you can basically just build on the first effect that we did, but you can also change the movement of the mask if you have motion that ends up getting overlapped, even if the clones themselves aren't actually overlapping. So for the third cloning effect, this is the more advanced one. We're inside of After Effects, as you can see, and our first clone overlaps our second clone, and he actually connects with himself with the tree branch and then runs off. So I'm not gonna actually walk you through how to do this because it actually takes a lot of time. Really all there is to it is it's the rotor brush tool in After Effects to get the clones to actually overlap with each other, and then arm extensions, which actually gets the stick to connect, even though in the original footage it didn't actually connect. That's basically all there is to it. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer as many as I can. It's a really cool effect, especially if you're doing narrative films. It's a really creative way to tell stories that you wouldn't otherwise be able to tell without effects like this. So that about wraps it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, feel free to hit the like button. It helps out a lot, so I hear. And I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.